Gervonta Davis says he's the new face of boxing, and the Ryan Garcia fight will prove it. What's good, everybody? It's your boy Cardinal Red Sports. Let's talk about it. Alright, so even with all the talk surrounding the rehydration clause within the contract of the Ryan Garcia Tank fight, the question has come up: will the winner of this fight become the new face of boxing? And I just wanted to get my 2 cents on that and whether it's true or false. Now, I think it depends on the fan base that you're asking, you know, the particular region that you're in, maybe even the country that you're in. You're going to get a million different answers to that question because, you know, I'm a welterweight boxing fan. I follow welterweight boxing for a long time. And I think many people believe, because I got a big welterweight audience, that the real face of boxing is Errol Spence or Terrence Bud Crawford. But then if you move up a few pounds into the super welterweight category, 154, then you have to look at Charlo. This man's undisputed. You know, he's had his reign for a while now. I know a lot of people say he's inactive, so how could he be the face of boxing? But still can't deny, you know, what he's been able to accomplish. You move up a few more pounds, you got guys like Canelo, who's made a splash for, you know, at least the past 8 to 10 years. And, you know, a lot of Hispanic fans would say, you know, he's still the face of boxing. You go up a few more pounds, you got Tyson Fury, you got Uzeki, you know, you got guys like Wilder. I don't know if you would put Wilder's name in there, but of course Fury, Uzeki, and you got the heavyweight fans who would say, hey, hold on now, you know, these two guys are really the real face of boxing. And you can go down a few pounds. You can go down to 130, you know, and look at Devin Haney and, you know, guys like Vasil Lomachenko, you know, Shakur Stevens, you know, all these names that are emerging. And, you know, Devin Haney's undisputed. So, you know, a lot of people would say that Devin Haney is the new face of boxing. So, with all these names, you know, all these weight classes, does the face of boxing, is it based on a weight class? Is it weight class specific, that you're the specific face of this weight class? Or are you the face of boxing, period? Because I think that's a hard question to answer right there. If I had to give it to anybody at this point, who would that be? If I had to give it to anybody, I think it actually varies at times of the year, because I think popularity varies. If you look back at last year, I mean, there was nobody not talking about Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford getting it on, you know, for almost a full year straight. And even with all that publicity, it's crazy because Terrence Crawford fight didn't sell at all. Now, you could say that was because of the whole blue blood situation and, you know, fans kind of getting screwed out of the fight that they wanted. And, you know, those guys or those people pulling that fight apart simply so they can make a fistful of dollars real fast. And, you know, you could say Terrence Crawford shot himself in the foot by doing that. And he could have been the face of boxing at this point. If, hey, you're that good, you feel like you can beat Earl, go ahead and take Earl on. If you would have beat him, I think at this point you would have considered Terrence Crawford the face of boxing. But if Errol Spence would have won, I think you would have considered Errol Spence the face of boxing. But since those two guys didn't get it on, and there's some rumblings that the fight might be close to getting made, then I think you have to move on to different names. You know, you got Jerron Ennis out there, even though he hasn't faced the best competition up until this point just yet, and he hasn't really built up the social following that a guy like Ryan or a guy like Gervonta has just yet. But you have to say that at welterweight, his name is ringing a lot of bells. Now, he hasn't won any titles yet. He's not at that point yet. So who's really the face of boxing? Then you come back around to this Gervonta Davis, Ryan Garcia fight. You got to go, these guys are pretty popular. They're almost, I don't know if I can say that they're on the level that Spence and Crawford were last year, but they're very close. And when it comes to popularity, I mean, they're blowing both of those guys out of the water. Even though Earl Spence is down there in Texas, biggest state in the union, a lot of fans down there, a lot of people supporting them. I would have to say Ryan Garcia has the biggest fan base out of all these people just because of the Instagram stuff. Now, Instagram isn't, like I've always said, it's not always real boxing fans, and it doesn't mean that because you got a big Instagram following that you're one of the best boxers out there. It just means you're popular, got a lot of females following him, so, his Instagram numbers are ballooned through the roof. Plus, he's Hispanic, so the Hispanic people follow their guy. Ain't nothing wrong with that. When it comes to Gervonta, he's got a pretty big fan base as well. He's got a huge Instagram following as well. Not as big as Ryan's, but definitely, I would say it competes with Spence and Crawford. Might even be bigger than Spence and Crawford. Now, it does Instagram fame equate to boxing, status. I just don't want to say that your Instagram fame is the reason that you're famous as a boxer. I think that's taken away from Gervonta Davis. I think that's taken away from Ryan Garcia. I think that Gervonta is so talented, man. You can't deny his boxing talent. He's beat a lot of good names. And to just call him an Instagram star, I think is beneath him. But along with that Instagram fame, it's helping to push the boxing product. So, I mean, you could say that it helps him become the face of boxing. I think this fight will determine whether these guys are truly the face of boxing, because if they hit the numbers that Oscar De La Hoya is talking about, then you can't deny it. If they're able to, I think if they do anything over 500,000 buys, you would have to say, yeah, it was the popularity of their social medias and the fact that they're so talented in the ring that pushed them over that 500,000 buy mark. And yeah, they most likely are the new faces of boxing. People want to watch these two guys. They're entertaining. They got skill sets. Gervonta Davis does the flips. He doesn't got the gift of gab like Muhammad Ali, but he tries. He got a little stutter or a little slight speech impediment, so he doesn't really have the gab that Ali had, but he tries his best, man. It's very entertaining to hear Gervonta, talk, and the way he talks to his opponents. So, y'all let me know what y'all think about all that down in the comment section below. Which one of these guys is the face of boxing? And if it's not these two guys, who do you have as the face of boxing at this moment in 2023? Hit that like button for me, share. Subscribe. Holler at me on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. More than likely to get a response on the tube, so holler at me over there. If you want to collab, hit my Gmail, flockofcards@gmail.com, and we are
Do it smell like water? Smell like water. Do it taste like water? Taste like water. Make it wet like water. Wet like water. Make it wet like water. Wet like water. Do it smell like water? Smell like water. Got a new chick. She was born in the Bahamas. Came to my crib wearing nothing but pajamas. Maybe she can be my next baby mama. Hit the studio, kinda geek, play a beat with a super cold, super freak, roll a sweet. Niggas say I'm cold, I agree, I'm a beast. Shawty, could you answer this question for me? Do it smell like water? Smell like water. If she bring a friend, mañana amanaja. Woke up in the morning, kinda horny. Thinking about last night, I fucked her, it was storming. Slim waist, ass was enormous, she was gorgeous. Took her to the coast, made a point in California. Took her to the track, put a fortune on the horses. First she was born, now I swear she be performing. I fuck her when I'm pulling on her. I fuck her when I'm checking my phone. She turn around and get mad at a nigga. I told her shut up, throw that ass at a nigga. In the club, throwing cash with my nigga. I ain't tripping, I be getting my nigga. And you a beast, you a beast. But can you answer this question for me? Do it smell like water? Smell like